big philosophies that I like to use when I approach any physical exercise that I do is the philosophy that the deepest version of what you are doing, the most intense version, the most extreme version, is not always the most therapeutic or the most beneficial. So keeping that in mind, we're going to talk about how we can open up through the hip flexor in the front of the hip, the psoas muscle. So this is a muscle that actually does get quite short and tight due to a lot of sitting. And even if you don't have a desk job, we really have a life of excessive forward bending. We're driving our cars, we're sitting down, we're eating food, you might be at a desk job. Even if you're not in a desk job, you're probably spending a lot of time on a mobile device. So we get this forward hunching position, and oftentimes in order to compensate for that, the pelvis will start to tilt. And if you do spend a lot of time sitting at a desk job or an office job, something like that, then you'll eventually over time get this shortening of those hip flexor muscles, which in turn pulls here. So this can also contribute to increased lower back pain. One of the things, there's a lot of things that contribute to that type of condition. So it's good for us to look at how we can actually effectively open up the hip flexors without increasing that tilt through the lower spine. So what I like to do is I like to get down onto one knee, okay? And I'm going to have my left leg forward, my right leg back. And oftentimes you might see that there's an emphasis on really bringing the body forward and increasing the back bend and lunging deeply forward in order to open up this hip flexor. And it can look a little bit something like this. And this can work, you know, it can work, it can feel good for some people, it can be effective for some people, but at the end of the day, we're not lengthening so much of this. More what we're doing is creating the backward bend. So what we're going to do today is try to get rid of that backward bend to allow the hip flexor to open, and there's two parts to this. It's the position of the pelvis and it's the activation of the glute, okay? The activation of the glute is going to reciprocally relax that hip flexor, and also the tilt of the pelvis is going to eliminate the backward bend so that this is forced to open and not shorten, okay? So left knee forward, right leg back. You're first going to look at the position of the pelvis. So you might sort of get there, you might just have a natural curve of the spine, that's totally fine. You might get there and you might already be leaning forward. First you're going to do is pull your weight to your back knee. So you really will start to feel the front of that thigh fire up. And the second thing that you're going to do is start to lose your back bend. So if you imagine that you have a tail dropping down to your back knee, I want you to imagine that tail is actually scooping forward towards your front heel. So it looks a little bit like this. Tail is dropping down, and that tail is scooping forward. So it's kind of like this little pelvic thrust that you're going to do. And right away you'll start to notice and feel that this hip flexor is opening up. Now you might find this is enough. You might find you want to add another layer. If you want to add another layer, you're going to keep that scoop forward. You're going to first start by opening up the arms and lifting the chest slightly. Try not to let this happen. You really got to maintain the scoop. And you're just going to bring your shoulders forward, your ribs back, and gently start to draw your eyes towards your belly button. And just that simple movement, you're going to start to feel that hip flexor is opening, okay? And as you're doing all of that, you're going to squeeze into that right butt cheek. So, a few steps, hips are going to shift back to the weight of the back knee. Tailbone is going to drop not only down, but it's going to start to scoop forward, either staying there, okay, or arms out to the sides, rounding the shoulders, ribs back, and then squeeze into your right glute. Right glute should be active, giving it a little bit of a squeeze, and already I'm sweating, and I can feel that that right hip flexor is really starting to open and release, and it's supported by the squeeze of the glute, by the tilt of the pelvis, getting rid of that back bend, and really allowing the front of the hip to lengthen and open up. Give it a try. Let me know how it goes.